Hello and welcome back. Today's gonna be a quick little video. I'm on a 2-day trip right now. I just got to Atlanta. Look at this view. We normally get like the worst views as crew members. It's always like a brick wall or a building or a parking garage, but this is a great view. I love Atlanta so much. I really love Georgia. I grew up in Georgia, just south of Atlanta, little city called Peachtree City, about 40 minutes south of here. Even though I lived in California and feel like I really grew up there, every time I'm back in Georgia, I feel like I'm back to my roots, and it feels so exciting to be back here. I just love landing here and then driving the highway. It just feels like home to me. I think it's always gonna feel like home to me here in LA for sure. Now that I'm thinking about it though, like Chicago feels like home to me too, and I only lived there like 3.5 years. I'll always have a special place in my heart. Just got to the hotel. We had a super easy day today. Just one flight from Miami to Atlanta. We have a 21-hour layover here. You might not be able to tell right now because I'm just excited to be here right now, but I am freaking exhausted. I just finished a 3-day trip, which was the last vlog that was posted, and every single morning we were up between 3:15 in the morning and like 4:30 in the morning. My sleep feels a little all over the place, but I guess at least there was a little consistency with times that I had to be up. So I think with my layover today, I'm gonna work out because I haven't worked out in a few days, and then I'm probably just gonna go for a little walk, grab some food, and chill today. So I thought I'd bring you with me and maybe we could do like a little Q&A while I get ready. So when I say Q&A, I'm just gonna answer like 3 questions that I've been getting all the time on Instagram. First one, everyone is asking, do I like being a flight attendant? The answer is yes. I think it's such a rewarding job, and there are very few jobs out there that have benefits like an airline employee gets. So whether you're working in corporate or you're a gate agent, a pilot, a ramper, if you work for an airline, you will get airline benefits like being able to fly for free. As a flight attendant, I love this job because it is so flexible. You can make your own schedule, you can choose where you're laying over. It is all seniority based, and I've talked about this on my Instagram before. Even though you can choose where you're laying over, there is a seniority system, so it's not like when you're first hired, you're like, I just want to go to Madrid all the time. You have to kind of work up to that by putting more time in with the company, but based off of what is available and open that hasn't been taken from other flight attendants already, you have flexibility in choosing where you go from there, from like your specific pool. The seniority system makes sense. Like you put in your time, you choose where you want to go, what time you want to get to work, all the things. The job definitely gets more flexible with time, but it starts out flexible as well. You can choose what days of the week you have off. You can proffer for generic parameters, like I only want to work trips that are reporting to the airport after 10 a.m. I hate 4 a.m. sign-ins. I don't want to be there before 10 a.m. Like things like that. So you can bid specifically for layovers. You can bid generically for how long your layovers are. You can say, I don't care where I'm laying over as long as I have 18 plus hours, or I don't care where I'm laying over as long as I'm getting home before 5 p.m. or I don't care where I'm laying over as long as I just don't work on Tuesdays. So super flexible, love that, and I think that's one of the most amazing benefits of this job is the flexibility and the flight benefits. If you like to travel, any days you have off, you could have 1 day off, you could have 10 days off, you can fly anywhere you want to, as long as it obviously doesn't conflict with your work trips. You can't just be like, I didn't show up to work today because I want to go take a trip to Rome. But I cannot tell you how many times, especially when I was a new hire, my friends and I would have like the same Thursday off, and we'd have 1 day off in between trips, and we'd be like, let's go to New York for the day, and we'd get on a 6 a.m. flight out to LaGuardia, and we'd go back to Chicago on the 10 p.m. flight back home. Were we exhausted? Yes, but there's just something so exciting and freeing knowing that you can hop on a plane at any time to go anywhere you want to. So that kind of keeps you energized. You're like, have I slept in a week? No. Am I gonna still continue to like just do these crazy day trips? Yes. I haven't done a day trip in a long time, but I think I'm due for one. I'm gonna make some protein oats. So typically what I do is I just fill this with water, get some hot water out of the coffee machine, use this cup to put my little oats in, and then I always bring some plant-based protein as well because I like to do protein oats. I add a little bit of this in, then you have a little DIY on the go breakfast. And I have fruit with me in my little lunch tote. Pour the oats in here, and I usually just do like 1/3 of the packet, just because I don't want it to be too strong of protein, especially this one has like greens in it, which could be weird for the oats. Pour some water in, silverware. The lighting is so awful over there, but this is such an easy breakfast. And then I'll just cut up an apple and put this on top. Also, yes, in case you're wondering, it is only 10 a.m. right now. It is breakfast time. I also always get asked about bases. A lot of questions about how you know where you're going to be based when you're in training and how frequently you can switch bases after that. And in training, it's just based off of availability. When I was going through training, I think we had 7 choices out of our like 9 or 10 bases. Chicago was my 3rd choice. I ended up getting Chicago as my 1st base. I chose Dallas because I was living in LA at the time and I thought that I was going to want to commute and just be closer to LA. So I'd live in Dallas and then fly back and forth from Los Angeles. But I got Chicago and decided to just go all in and give it a year. Ended up loving my time there and stayed for 3.5 years. So even if you don't get your first choice, like it could be a blessing in disguise, a good new fun experience, and just something new to try. So everything's based on availability. You can get your first base and transfer within a few months. So if I didn't want to stay in Chicago, I could have transferred out of there within like 3 to 4 months to probably any other base. So keep that in mind. If you're going through training and you're worrying about where you're going to be based, it doesn't have to be forever, but you can treat it as like a fun and unique experience to try something new. I loved being based in Chicago and I had no clue what I was going to have in store, but I loved every single second. And the other question I get a lot is, how long do I anticipate being a flight attendant for? When I first applied, I thought I'd do it for a year, maybe 2 years, travel the world, get a new experience. It's something that I've always wanted to at least try since I was little. So I owed it to myself to follow through with the desire. And I thought maybe a year or two. Turns out you can't see the world in a year or two. And the job is kind of addicting. Like the longer you stay, the better your trips get because your seniority goes up. Then you make so many friends you can travel the world with. It's truly unlike so many other jobs out there. So anyway, what I thought was gonna be 1 to 2 years has now been 5 years, and who knows after this? At this point, I'm taking it year by year. I don't have kids right now. Maybe I'll feel different when I'm a new mom. Who knows? But right now, I'm loving it and I don't have any plans on resigning anytime soon. I just spent the last few hours catching up with family members. Such a good Sunday activity. And now we're gonna go to the gym. Bye. Actually, I'm gonna go for a walk first while it's sunny and bright and happy outside. This set is Buff Bunny collection, and I love all their pieces so much. Truly one of my favorite activewear brands right now. They always gift pieces for events in Miami too, so I've been accruing their pieces. And then my classic black sneakers that I have in my travel bag always from APL. Okay, last thing before I walk and I'll be done yapping. Sunscreen. Always. Ooh. These little spritzy bottles of SPF are my favorite. There's always one in every purse that I have when I'm leaving the house. There's one in my car. There's one in my suitcase. Every single bag. This one's from Supergoop, the Resetting Refreshing Mist with SPF 40. There's also one from Vacation that I posted about a few times that I love. One from Habits that I posted about a few times that I love. And this one's like the smallest one, probably like the easiest one to put in your pocket. But they're all super, actually, the Habit one's really small too and easy to put in your pocket. The Vacation one's just like a little longer, but all of them are great. And I've said this 5 million times, having a little SPF with me in my bag is just as important to me as my wallet, my lip balm, gum, keys. I always have one of these. And this is your reminder. Always have SPF with you. I just love these little sprays because they're just so easy. Like you're not having to like blend in anything with your makeup. And even if your foundation or tinted moisturizer or your face lotion has SPF in it, you do need to reapply throughout the day. So this is perfect for that. I'm like walking over to the Georgia Aquarium just because it gives me like good childhood memories. There is this author, her name is Carol Marsh, that wrote these really cool mystery books that I read when I was in elementary school, and they were all based around Georgia landmarks. One being, or actually maybe even a few being, the Georgia Aquarium. I loved her books and I always just loved going to the Georgia Aquarium, and the World of Coke is nearby here, and Olympic Park, and all these things that just remind me of my childhood. And I'm just trying to go for a peaceful walk. There's just people like hanging outside their windows, honking and trying to get my attention, and it's like, come on, like please just let me be a girl in the world and feel like safe and not feel like I'm gonna get attacked every second. It definitely makes me uncomfortable. And I had this like car following me for like a block and like wouldn't stop yelling out his window. It just reminds me of the importance of the buddy system and always keeping your wits about you, as they would say in like the olden days, I guess. There's probably a more modern way to say it these days. Ooh, I get so frustrated. Like, why can't I feel safe walking around in a city, just doing my own thing, minding my own business? Is that not the most frustrating freaking thing? Just leave me alone. Or like, if you're gonna talk to me, be like a normal human being with like good intentions, right? Grew up coming here and like it feels like home, and it feels like it should feel like home. And I just want to have these moments where I'm like, oh my God, it reminds me of my childhood, looking at the Georgia Aquarium and the world of Coke. Wow, this is so cool. And then I have like someone yelling at me out the window like, hey girl, blah, 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 blah. Like, let me have my moment. Let me live in my nostalgia. Let me feel my feelings. Don't attack me. Anyway, switching to something more positive. There's the world of Coke. And there's the Georgia Aquarium. Two very monumental landmarks in my childhood. Also, there was this man with his kids walking on the other side of the street when said car started like yelling out the window to me and like following me. And the look that he gave me, like he was like with his like young daughter and son, the look he gave me was like I'm so sorry. And I'm like, oh, like he felt it, I felt it. It sucks, but guess what can you do right now? I guess just being vigilant is the only thing I can do right now. Also, I feel totally safe now. Like now I'm in like a touristy area, but there were just like 3 to 4 very questionable blocks. Maybe 4 to 5 questionable blocks. Not everywhere is bad. Not every person is bad. I just felt like I had to share that because as someone who does travel alone a lot, if you do too, I want you to know you're not alone. And I think it's just a good reminder for all of us that it's super important to remain vigilant and be very aware of our surroundings. I posted a few videos on layover safety and like being by yourself while you're traveling on my Instagram and TikTok. It's just such an important conversation to have. Felt like a good time to add this little reminder into this video. I'm gonna link a video to my Instagram of a video that I posted specifically going over safety when you're traveling by yourself. I think it's a really good watch, and definitely share it with a friend who travels alone, works alone. Okay, last thing I'm gonna say on this, I don't know if you noticed, but in my Miami life, LA life, I would just wear my sports bra and my like biker shorts out, but there's some cities that you just like can't do that, so I put a tank top on because I didn't want to draw more attention to myself. Not that what I wear has anything to do with anyone else, but I guess that falls under like another like safety sort of thing, making sure you don't look like a tourist, not wearing anything that stands out too much, that would like draw too much attention to yourself. So anyway, that's why I put on a little tank. Honestly, the water bottle probably says tourist, but overall pretty neutral. And now my face is gonna look like this for the rest of my walk because I want people to look at me and be like, not gonna fuck with that girl. What I've learned is the best thing to do when someone is like trying to get your attention, they're yelling out their window, is to just ignore them. If you entertain it by trying to be nice, it just kind of leaves an opening for them to continue. And if you turn them down and you're like, get the F out of here, like they could have a gun. So to me, I don't think it's worth it. I think the best thing to do is just pretend you did not hear them and just keep going your own way. Got the gym all to myself today. You know what, guys, earlier I got worked up about the creepies of the world. I'm gonna keep being safe, obviously, but also F those people. Like, you can't dull my sparkle. You can't make me feel like crap. Like, I just won't allow it. Not with my consent. To record that video, the music went off in my earbuds. It took a lot of strength to do that without music. Well, I guess there's music playing here, but it's different than my hype up music that I got going on in here. I ordered Uber Eats. Just went to go pick up my order from the lobby. It smells so good. I got Indian food. Uber Eats has like the best buy one get one deals. This was buy one get one free. I'll show you. I got 2 of these vegetable curries, the rice, and 2 orders of samosas because literally all of this was buy one get one free for like $30. Uber Eats has been coming through with the good deals. This smells so fire. Look at this samosa. I didn't need the samosas, but I'm glad I got them. That hit the spot, and they were also buy one, get one free. Literally 2 of these orders for like $6. And then I'll have 1 of these tonight and 1 for the plane tomorrow. Plus these. Honestly, these will probably end up coming home with me. There's no way I can finish these 4 giant samosas and all this by the time I get home tomorrow. Okay, I'm back for a second. This is so fire. I have to do a shout out. This place that I ordered from is called Bombay Planet or Planet Bombay. I think Bombay Planet. This is insane. This is so good. I got some sort of lentil potato dal. I've never had this specific dish. It is so good. I genuinely think this is in my top 5 favorite Indian dishes. What the heck? I am going to go shower and get ready for bed. I hope you enjoyed coming with me on this little Sunday long layover, didn't really do much journey today. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, bye.